just say in that video seriously, like verbatim. He said, Mona, what? Look
I'm
at
talking to you too because you took Melyssa.
That picture of Melyssa Ford and Mona on tonight's conversation show, yeah, that wasn't fooling me. Mona's 4th episode of Don't Call Me White Girl dropped on YouTube recently, so naturally I tuned in. She's part of the JBP, and I wanted to see if she was doing the same antics she was pulling on Joe Budden, or if she'd step it up with this setup, kind of like Robin on Howard Stern. So the topic of Jason Lee comes up. Quick recap. About 6 months ago, July, maybe August 2025, Jason Lee, Stockton's vice mayor, got accused of misappropriating city funds and giving them to Y Out without city approval. Bookmark that month, fam. We're coming back to it. When the news broke, naturally it hit the Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden went at Jason Lee like he was already guilty. No investigation, no court process, just critiques. Then he turns to Melyssa Ford for her take, and she looks lost. She said, "Oh, I'm just hearing about it. I'm trying to process the information." Let's rewind and...
Is under investigation allegedly for stealing over $50,000 in city funds to cover a Wild 'N Out event.
So he took some city funds.
Oh wait, he's in
Because he's an elected, he's an elected official somewhere.
I forgot about that.
Hold up, I'm gonna find my homegirl.
Stockton.
Yeah.
Stockton, California. That's where he's from.
Okay.
And I think that he became like a city councilman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's dope.
And we start tonight with breaking news. Late today, the interim city manager in Stockton announced an investigation. It's all about the use of $50,000 in the city's risk mitigation fund. The money was used in connection to a recent Wild 'N Out event, allegedly without the city manager's approval or knowledge. The city is now investigating exactly how that money was authorized and who was involved. So stay with ABC 10 for updates.
ABC 10, you ain't helped with shit just now. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Stockton. ABC 10 has obtained emails indicating the city of Stockton paid the Adventist Health Arena $50,000.
It was all in order to avoid canceling a show the vice mayor performed in. ABC 10's Gabriel Forrest has the latest from Stockton.
That's right. We got those emails late this afternoon painting a picture of the latest controversy to grip Stockton City Hall. Those emails are between staff members here at City Hall and officials with the organization that operates the Adventist Health Arena just about a block away. In the emails, arena officials warned city staff members that the promoters of the comedy show Wild 'N Out were considering canceling their May event due to low ticket sales. This was just a day before the show was set to happen at the arena. The promoter asked the arena for $150,000 in support to keep the show going on, but the arena could only find $100,000. An arena official then asked City Hall for the extra $50,000, saying that a cancellation could deter future arena events and that it could hurt the city's economy, with at least 10 other events already having been canceled this year. The city's economic development director found the money in the city's risk mitigation fund and offered it up. The particular event at the arena involved the vice mayor, Jason Lee, who said he helped bring it to Stockton. Some of this controversy was brought up during an audit meeting tonight here at City Hall. Take a listen.
This really whole week has been about a political witch hunt to prove somehow that the vice mayor conspired with city staff to go in the bank accounts to give $50,000 to a brand that lost $170,000 on top of the $50,000 in an approved fund that they have used in the past.
Jason Lee. Now, let me tell you something, Jason Lee. This is why I don't fuck with you. But we squashed us, but this is why I don't fuck with you. I've been on Hollywood Unlocked ever since the story is broken. I ain't seen a peep. I'm just waiting for you to post your shit.
You want him to unlock his own shit?
Yeah. Unlock that. You can't take the money from the risk and litigation fund and give it to Wild 'N Out so they could do a May event in the town. And then he went to City Hall and doubled down. Jason Lee. Man, what do you think about this? As someone who used to work with him and has a close understanding, like inside source, like a source for this. Like as someone that has inside knowledge of his inner workings and the business infrastructure over there at Hollywood. How do you feel about this? Man? As someone that's worked closely with Jason Lee for 10 years.
Well, 4.
Which is 10. How do you feel about this? Mel always looked like the lights just got cut on when somebody asked that question. Mel, are you awake, girl?
I am. I don't how to respond because I'm
You
just.
just came from the Black Journalist
I
of
kn-
Canada and
Oh,
Cleveland
for God's
conference
sake.
with Rebecca. And
Where
them.
Maria
Yeah, what the fuck is going on in here?
I just heard it for the first time, so I'm like processing what they just said, and I'm just like, I don't know how to respond
He's
to like.
not gonna get at you if you comment. That's what you concerned. We will fry him up.
I'm not concerned about that. I
Okay,
I
give
don't
an
know.
opinion.
I'm just processing
He
what
took
I was just told.
$50,000 and paid Wildin' Out so they could continue, won't cancel the show in Stockton.
From the Risk and Litigation Fund.
That's it.
Funny
What do
though.
you feel about that?
Risk and litigation sound like the last place you should take this.
should take-
Niggas need this. It's risky.
For Wildin' Out.
For Wildin' Out.
That's some sicko. But I'm here for it, Jason.
Melyssa Ford never answered the question. And here's what Mona had to say about that exact moment on her podcast.
Joe, I know that you've recently had a lot to say about me on your show, and your show doesn't really have the mental acuity that would require or warrant me to actually spend enough time to respond. I'm going to respond though, only because I think you really want to see if I still have that little edge, that thing that I have, and I'm going to give it to you. Pause. I'm just not going to give it to you right now. Let me say that it really is disheartening to hear Melyssa Ford giggling in the background as we're hearing this, when I know I've seen you at the depths of your low. And when Blue Taluzma put the mildew from your bathtub all online, and you probably didn't like that. That was a low that you probably forgot now that you've moved back to New York City and where you guys have rats. But like, you can't forget where you come from.
All I'm saying is, I wasn't buying into the buddy-buddy energy. She acted the same way with Lex and Drea from Poor Minds. They even called her out on it during that episode. Sitting there, smiling, then throwing a thumbs down after the 85 South show. They're cool now, according to the conversation on the pod, but that just seems to be how Mona moves. Hearing Mona talk about Jason Lee and the charges, then reminding us how Melyssa responded when Joe asked her that question, made me want to revisit the whole situation. Are we looking at this all wrong? Were the JBP dynamics part of why Melyssa allegedly quit, canceled her contract, or distanced herself? What do you think? Here's Jason Lee's response after that episode dropped. He said he was going to respond, just not right then. Makes you wonder if he's holding back some more info to drop.
Cousins that don't necessarily listen to the JBP, you were supposed to be on the pod with Melyssa. It was never a you taking Melyssa's job. I just had to say that.
Why you say that though?
I mean, because that's what Joe said repeatedly on different podcasts.
So here's the update. Jason Lee has officially been cleared of those allegations after the investigation wrapped up. But now he's taking shots at Joe Budden, and trust me, we'll break that down in another video. On Mona's podcast, they brought up how Jason Lee allegedly took a shot at her simply because she took a seat on the JBP. Now here's what's got me thinking. Mona reminded us about that episode 850, Doves Cry, back in August, right around the time Melyssa Ford was no longer on the JBP. So the big question swirling in my head is, will Jason Lee address Melyssa Ford at all? And here's another twist. Ebony, on Mona's podcast, said she remembers Joe mentioning on multiple podcasts that Mona and Melyssa were supposed. Let's rewind to August. Remember I told you to bookmark that month? Episode 850 of the Joe Budden podcast, Doves Cry, dropped on August 9th. Fast forward a few weeks, and Melyssa Ford either quit, disassociated, or officially canceled her contract with the JBP. Now, this is speculation, but it raises some interesting questions. Could Jason Lee go in public with his statements at that time and airing out both Melyssa Ford and Joe Budden have contributed to Melyssa stepping away? Maybe we've been looking in the wrong direction at the JBP fellas the whole time. Mona mentioned on her podcast that she recently got on the phone with Jason Lee for about 15 minutes and that they're cool. So if Mona and Melyssa were supposed to collaborate and Mona is friendly with Jason Lee and he was holding back a response to be revealed later, could that have scared Melyssa off? Was Mona inadvertently a part of it by